Alright, welcome back to another tutorial in Maya. For this one I'm going to show you the basics of how to create a basic turntable. What you would primarily use this for is if you are presenting a project or a still life image or whatever and you want to show it off in a video format, basically allowing you to sort of get a 360-degree view of your object. And this is just a little thing that I set up here. I just put I created a text and put my name there, and then I created this curved circle, and then also added in this camera. So this is what basically you get for the end result. So this is basically my camera view, and I added the camera to the turntable, to the circle, and now it revolves 360 degrees all around it. So it's pretty good stuff. So this is something you would normally use when presenting a project or anything like that, or you just want to use it for presentation purposes, etc. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let me just delete all this and basically show you how I got to that point. First, I created text, which is pretty easy. Go to create and text, and then right now I just have it under my name, and you can be anything you want. And then for the font, they give you a wide variety of fonts. Now, unfortunately, when I went to, I guess, some of the more specific ones, like let's say, Century Regular or Century Gothic or Helvetica, I was limited to that for some reason. So I just stuck with a basic Arial bold font. And then as far as what type, you could go with, curves, trim, poly, but for sake I just went with bevel. And without further ado, I just created that, and there you go. So pretty basic, pretty simple. You can go into your attribute editor and play around with it. You go to Bevel +2 and you can sort of play around with sort of the boldness of the text. You could go with the bevel width. This kind of brings it out a little more. You could have it come in a little more so it's not as thick. So you can go crazy with this. But anyway, so after I created the text, all I did was place this into the center of the scene. So this is basically just a fill-in for my, this is just a fill-in for an object that I have. So after I had, placed my object in the middle, my text, I'm going to now create the nerve circle. So just create a nerve circle, place it in the center, kind of about that, that far apart, and then I just raised it up a bit, just so that it would be sort of in line to where, when the camera aims at it, it'll be directly aiming toward it instead of aiming, downward or upward or anything like that. So after I did that, then I went to create a camera, and just basically did a camera right here, and there you go. So the next step is attaching this camera to the actual motion path itself. Pretty basic, pretty simple. So all I did was select the camera, select the motion path, shift select, and then in the animation tab I went to animate, motion paths, attach to motion path. And there you go. So now it is attached. Now the one thing that kind of bothered me was that the camera had started off in the back of the text. So if you go to your panel's perspective camera 1 view, you notice that, well, this looks a little odd. I wouldn't want to start from the back of the text. So basically to fix that, I just selected the motion path and then just turned it to where the camera was facing directly toward the front of the text, so where that's where it would start off. So about right there, and you can obviously view it from the camera's perspective. Just go back to your camera 1 view and see if you like it. And you can tweak it about however way you want, and that should work. So, and then once you have set that up, you can go change the amount of frames you want. So I just put in 100 the basic is 24, so just put in 100 and then you can do a 360-degree rotation of your object. So pretty simple and pretty basic as far as anything goes. I know there's a little bit more ways to, I guess, present your motion path. I know there's ways where you can actually have the camera go up and down in some ways, but I am not really too familiar with how to do that. I have to kind of just, I guess, play around with it and see if I could figure it out myself. Otherwise, though, that's basically all that there is to do when it comes to attaching a camera to a motion path. So this is basically your final result. Let me just get rid of that, and this is pretty much it. So it's pretty cool, and I gotta say, this is how you would go at it if you're presenting something, to show off on your demo reel. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it. If anyone knows how to add in the effects of moving the camera, up and down and whatnot, let me know, because I'm eager to find out. So anyway, that's pretty much it. So hope you enjoy, and we'll see you in the next video.